teams in Europe.
Bro, any league you don't have a Nigerian playing is not a league.
It's not a league. You find Nigerian players in.
There was a time that the highest goal scorer in the J League in India was a Nigerian.
Exactly, I agree with that.
Bro, there was a time that the highest goal scorer in AFCON was playing in China.
Yes, and he was even a defender.
I mean, what are you saying,
exactly
my friend?
What are we talking about?
For what would come back? Well, the man in the eye of the storm, Jimmy Carragher, released some set of tweets yesterday, and he was just, trying to justify what he said in the studio, and it sounded even worse. We'll be back.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
Chai, my head oh.
Oga landlord, why you dey shake like ceiling fan? Eh?
My village people don't come again oh.
This one with your you need Luther. Luther na better medicine. We dey knock down malaria. Oya see am, take am.
Thank you, Oga Luther. I don't can't pay.
Luther, brand of Artemata and Lumefantrine, is another quality product from Hovid, marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, see your doctor.
Everybody saying thanks, Luther. Malaria's in big trouble.
Oga, this your engine don't kaput. After you made me spend money repairing and repairing, see what you are now saying. Oga, don't be my fault now. I sabi work. Now your engine no good. If you bring hello, my engine.
Do you know that one way to get your engine working efficiently is by buying good quality petrol? That is why Dangote Refinery has refined its petrol to straight run clean petrol, which is quality petrol you can trust for all your engines. It's time to care about your engine. Buy high quality Dangote petrol.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your pilot speaking. Today we have some special passengers on board. 3 Betano members are going to England to watch Aston Villa live. Congratulations, Emeka, Yemi, Ibrahim.
Play with Betano and stand a chance to win an all-inclusive trip to the UK to watch live the big game of Aston Villa versus Tottenham. Betano, proud partner of Aston Villa. Play responsibly. Available only to those over the age of 18. The promo is valid from November 1st to February 28th, 2025.
Chai, my head oh.
Oga landlord, why you dey shake like ceiling fan? Eh?
My village people don't come again oh.
This one with your body hot so. You don't do test?
Yes, see result oh.
Oga landlord, no be your village people oh. Na malaria. You need Luther. Luther na better medicine. We dey knock down malaria. Oya see am, take am.
Thank you, Oga Luther. I don't can't pay.
Luther, brand of Artemata and Lumefantrine, is another quality product from Hovid, marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, see your doctor.
Everybody saying thanks, Luther. Malaria's in big trouble.
Hi, Emeka.
Yemi, I learned that Betano is sending 3 football fans to England to watch the big game of Aston Villa versus Tottenham for free. Imagine us going there together. That would be amazing. Okay, bye.
What? He hung up to play.
Play with Betano and stand a chance to win an all-inclusive trip to the UK to watch live the big game of Aston Villa versus Tottenham. Betano, proud partner of Aston Villa. Play responsibly. Available only to those over the age of 18. The promo is valid from November 1st to February 28th, 2025.
Oga, this your engine don't kaput. After you made me spend money repairing and repairing, see what you are now saying. Oga, don't be my fault now. I sabi work. Now your engine no good. If you bring hello, my engine.
Do you know that one way to get your engine working efficiently is by buying good quality petrol? That is why Dangote Refinery has refined its petrol to straight run clean petrol, which is quality petrol you can trust for all your engines. It's time to care about your engine. Buy high quality Dangote petrol.
Chai, my head oh.
Oga landlord, why you dey shake like ceiling fan? Eh?
My village people don't come again oh.
This one where your body hot so, you don't do test?
Yes, see result oh.
Oga landlord, no be your village people. Na malaria, you need Luta. Luta na better medicine. We dey knock down malaria. Oya see am, take am.
Thank you, Oga Luta. I don't can't pay.
Luta, brand of Artemata and Lumefantrine, is another quality product from Hovid, marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, see your doctor.
Everybody say thanks, Luther. Malaria's in big trouble.
Good morning, my people. Now your pilot dey hail una. Today we get special passengers for inside plane. 3 Betano members they go England to go watch Aston Villa match live. Big congratulations to Emeka, Yemi, and Ibrahim.
Play with Betano and you will get chance to enter UK for free to go watch the match between Aston Villa and Tottenham. Betano, now proud partner of Aston Villa. Play responsibly. Now only for people who don't pass 18 years. This promo go dey run from November 1st, 2024 to February 28th, 2025.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
Mainland 98.3 FM, your number one radio. Reaching stars. The sound of Lagos.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch, and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
Hey, you there, baby.
You know, rocking with the FBC to show them camp on my yesterday.
J'ai fait un chocoto mini girl. J'ai fait un chocoto mini happy. Oh yeah, put one hand and me feel alright. One hand and me feel that. Oh yeah, put one hand and me feel alright. Yeah. Because if you're really not ready, I'm really not ready too. Because if you're really not ready, I'm really not ready too.
Got my eyes on a bad chick. Guys, they provoke cause she that sick.
Where you meet?
It was that sick. Out with my camp catching mad tricks. In the back blowing mad piff. Drinks just they flow like Nabachi. Too much paparazzi. Cause you know that my team like to party hard. Oh yeah, come make me 5G. Make them they form a daddy. We the life for the party. We the ones turn Giddy into Mardi Gras. Automatic, she did drive stick. Hand on the gear, she did down shit. Booty softer than a mattress. Stretching her jeans like elastic.
J'ai fait un chocoto mini girl. J'ai fait un chocoto mini happy. Oh yeah, put one hand and me feel alright. One hand and me feel that. Oh yeah, put one hand and me feel alright. Yeah. Because if you're really not ready, I'm really not ready too. Yeah. Because if you're really not ready, I'm really not ready too. Feel alright.
I got an itch, and baby, you gotta scratch that.
You know, one of the genre of music that a lot of people don't exactly listen to in Nigeria is what they call alternative sound. And so when you listen to people like BOJ, you listen to people like Ladipo, you listen to people like Show Them Camp, then you understand what they call proper Pan music is about. And of course, this one is coming from Show Them Camp. Call this one Feel Alright. And I hope you're feeling alright today. Like I said, it's been a rain-soaked Tuesday afternoon in the city of Lagos. So we're trying to be a part of your journey as you're trying to find your way home. And of course, for Chelsea fans, the question I'm asking is this: would they be able to beat already confirmed relegated Southampton, because there's no miracle that want to happen. The way the miracle of Arsenal catching Liverpool cannot happen is the way Southampton cannot escape relegation. See, there's nothing you want to do about it. Beat it or whatever. Their title bid, over yet. He said it is over my time at the Emirates Stadium on Saturday, and Slot side they went on to beat Manchester City on Sunday to go 11 points clear. Mikel Arteta remains consistent with his opinion that the title race is not over and is not just giving up yet. Mikel Arteta has struck a different tone after a damaging weekend in the Premier League title race, saying Arsenal would not give up and Arsenal would give up the fight over his dead body. The Gunners missed the chance to close the gap on Liverpool on Saturday, losing to West Ham before the Reds beat Manchester City the following day to go 11 points clear at the top of the table. Well, many commentators had actually looked at the chances of Liverpool and Arsenal, squaring it up at the end of the season. Well, it's been incredibly satisfying to work every day with these players and the staff to try and overcome certain situations, he said ahead of their Wednesday's game away at Nottingham Forest. If someone tells you at the start of the season that by this time you have played 5 games with a red card with over 1.5 in each game and you've not lost the amount of players to injury, what bet are you in the middle of the table at least and not out of the Champions League? But that's not the situation, as it tells you about the resilience and ambition. Will we stop thinking that way and putting everything we possibly can to improve that? When asked if he believed Arsenal could still win the Premier League, he replied, if we can't, I might just as well go home. Well, Arteta went on to say, if you want to win the Premier League, you have to do something special. And if you don't want to win it with the circumstances that we have, you have to probably have to do something no one else has done in the history of the Premier League. Heading into the game against West Ham, Arsenal were unbeaten in 15 Premier League matches with 10 wins and 5 draws. And despite the setback against the Hammers, Arteta was keen to point out how his side had been matching Liverpool over that period in difficult circumstances. He said in the previous 15 games, we won 10 and drawn 5, exactly the same as Liverpool, with the same goal difference, which is plus 23. We've been extremely consistent with the last 3.5 months, considering everything we've been through, and we generated that momentum. If it was that weekend, we will have to go again. Nothing different to the previous 15, and we've got 1 defeat. On top of that, they won, so we're trying to build another momentum, and let's see how far we can go. Let me bring you up on this one, Agbatomi, real quick before we go through some of the games decided yesterday and those that would expect to see tonight. I don't know what motivation is. But I think the biggest kind of motivation is the ability to match expectations with reality. 11 points, Agbatomi, with 11 games to go, right?
Yeah.
11 games means they are just 33 points off for grabs at the end of the season. First off, it's established that no club can win the league this entire games for the rest of the season. But Arsenal thinks, or let me put it this way, Arteta thinks over his dead body. I don't know if the other players will share the same sentiment. Odegaard has been awful since he came back from his injury when he was on national team as assignment with Norway. Bukayo Saka has been out. Martin Odegaard also has been inconsistent, especially since he came back, like I said now. There's also Gabriel Jesus that is out with ACL for the rest of the season. Tomiyasu has gone back again for another injury. Ben White just got back from a long injury. There's a lot of tiredness in the side. Arsenal has got only Merino and Raheem Sterling up front. The question is this: where is Arteta drawing this inspiration from? He said the league is not done. He said he would rather go home if the team thinks the league is done.
Exactly.
Is the league truly done, Agbatomi? And please don't sound
modest.
Well, it's okay to sound modest.
Okay, see,
but again, be realistic.
No. The thing is, okay, first of all, yesterday when I was saying that league was not done, I got a lot of messages on my, from people.
We got a lot of messages already.
Exactly.
Maybe you're not at work today.
But apart from that, I think it's now established now that Arsenal are going through a tough patch at this point in time, really, because first of all, just like what you mentioned, they have just 3 attacking options as it stands. There's Eddie. Why am I mentioning Eddie Ketia? There's what's his name now? There's Trossard. There's also Raheem Sterling.
Yeah.
As well as Ethan Nwaneri. Ethan Nwaneri is even 17 at this point in time. Now, ordinarily, at this point of the season, 11 games going into the season, I mentioned it yesterday, the 11 points have been overturned twice in the English Premier League this season. The first was in the 1990 Manchester United. I remember that Manchester United was 1997, and that was when Arsenal eventually won the Premier League. But apart from that, obviously at this point in time, how many points are still obtainable? 33 points, exactly. See, I really don't believe why people are making mention of the fact that the league is done at this point in time. Anything can happen. Now this is one. The other thing is this. Mikel Arteta has the
Please, if you're watching us live on Facebook or on YouTube, that's facebook.com/mainlandfm or youtube.com.
Let me tell you something. Mikel Arteta has more guts than Enzo Maresca. Yes, because at the point Enzo Maresca began Liverpool at that point, and that was when that capitulation happened. If as a manager you cannot instill confidence into your team, so what else is your job as being the manager of that team? And I really don't blame what Mikel Arteta is doing. Yes, obviously it is still possible. He made mention of the fact that mathematically it can still happen. And until it is over, it is not over.
Mathematically could happen.
No. See,
now let me bring something for you in context.
You forget that Arsenal have also played one game less than Liverpool.
Now let me bring
and it's just 11 points.
Let me bring something for you in context. In case you're listening to us today, I'm a realist, hardcore realist. See, I believe so much in people sharing optimism, but I tell you for a fact, that's why I hardly ever get disappointed, because I don't raise the bar or raise the whole beyond what I think my reality can.
10 games unbeaten, 10 wins, 5 draws.
Listen, as Liverpool have gone 24 games unbeaten. They won 23 before they went to Etihad Stadium to trash Man City.
Okay.
So, for Arsenal to catch Liverpool, it means Liverpool will have to lose
3 games.
3 games.
Yes.
And draw 2.
Okay.
Wait, listen. Losing 3 games means they will drop 9 points. And maybe draw 2.
Yes. No, they don't have to. They don't
lose 4 games.
No. 3 games in fact. Because Arsenal have played 1 game less.
Listen,
and it's 11 points.
Let me explain to you. All Liverpool needs to do, Liverpool will have to. How many games have Liverpool won in the Premier League this season? 1. They've lost only one. That's to Nottingham Forest at the Anfield.
Yes.
Only 1. So they've also gone 24 games unbeaten.
Yeah.
So a team that have up till match day where we are right now,
match day
26, have gone match day 26, and they've been unbeaten in those games. So they will now go for the next 11 games and lose 4. Okay. So even if Liverpool loses 4 games, Arsenal will still play Liverpool.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
Arsenal will still play Manchester United.
Yes.
Arsenal will still play Chelsea.
Yes.
Arsenal will still play Nottingham Forest. Arsenal will still play Everton.
Yes.
Arsenal will still
Nottingham Forest tomorrow.
So tell me the probability of Arsenal winning all of their games and Liverpool losing 4 out of their remaining 11 games.
Okay, let me now tell you.
I'm trying to help Arsenal fans to lower their expectations.
Liverpool will still play Newcastle tomorrow.
They beat Newcastle.
No, come on. That was the same thing you said when you said Arsenal were going to be West Ham last week. Friday. Okay. It does not happen that way, Okwemi.
It does.
Football is a biscuit. It can crack anywhere. You don't know which team is going to turn up. Now against Newcastle, Newcastle almost defeated Liverpool at the reverse fixture at the St James Park.
They played 3-3
but it could have been different. Now apart from that, they'll be playing Everton again. Another club. That's the Merseyside derby. You don't know how Everton will be turned up to that game. Now David Moyes has not lost for the past 5 games. He has won, I think, 4 games, as well as also drawn 1. Apart from that, they will also be playing Tottenham at Anfield. Tottenham can be spicy at some point.
You laugh.
No, come on.
You also laugh. You can't control your sarcasm. You can't. I know your devil's advocate. I know your devil's advocacy, but you couldn't control it.
Okay,
you lost on this one.
They would also be playing against Arsenal. Now, what if that game could be a title decider? What if that game against Arsenal will be where
the game against Arsenal will be on match day 37?
Yes.
Match day 37.
Yes. No, not match day 37. Match day 36.
36.
Yes.
That's 2 games after.
Yes. That's the
penultimate games.
Yes.
Just 2 games after.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. After that, they will still be playing Brighton. Brighton will have been a bogey team to In fact, all the Premier League
only
teams.
Arsenal.
No only Arsenal.
Only Arsenal.
They defeated Chelsea. They defeated Chelsea.
Chelsea is not.
They defeated Manchester City. They defeated Manchester City. They defeated Manchester City.
Any team that Tottenham Hotspur beats. Any team that Man City beats home and away in this their form, don't bring them in a conversation where we're talking about.
Come on, Brighton defeated.
I'm talking of Chelsea right now.
Come on, Chelsea.
I'm talking of Chelsea right now. See, Agbatomi, and I'm saying this, and I would like to be disappointed at the end of the season.
Okay.
I would like to be proven wrong at the end of the season. I would like everybody to say, shame on you. Arteta eventually won the league
because you're an Arsenal fan.
It's not even about being an Arsenal fan.
Okay.
It's about the reality of the fact that Liverpool have looked more organized.
Yes.
They've looked more like a team that play like champions.
But
Listen to me, my
patches
friend.
happen.
It is not every time you have games going good for you.
Yes.
Liverpool struggled against Wolves. They got their 2 goals in the first half. In the entire 45 minutes, they did not have a single shot on or off target.
Okay,
that's the first time since Opta started releasing statistics for the English Premier League.
At this same point of the season last season, when Jurgen Klopp was in charge of Liverpool were ahead of Manchester City with 5 points.
Liverpool
5 points
in that position, and the strength of Man City is not the same Liverpool in this position, and the strength of Arsenal.
So who says Arsenal cannot go on title winning spell on a winning run rather?
With Raheem Sterling and Merino as top strikers.
You also forget that Bukayo Saka is also returning in a few weeks. There's also Gabriel Martinelli as well. There's also returning in a few weeks. Okwemi.
Jòkó síbẹ̀ o, má ṣe ránu kọjọ́ lọ tán. Jòkó síbẹ̀ o, má ṣe ránu kọjọ́ lọ tán. Jòkó síbẹ̀ o, má ṣe ránu kọjọ́ lọ tán. Jòkó síbẹ̀ o, má ṣe ránu kọjọ́ lọ tán. Ọmọ inú ẹ ṣèrè bẹ́ẹ̀, ìwọ ò lè ṣe nádà. Ọmọ inú ẹ ti jẹ lọ, ìwọ ò lè jẹun yó. Jòkó síbẹ̀ o, má ṣe ránu kọjọ́ lọ tán. Jòkó síbẹ̀ o, má ṣe ránu kọjọ́ lọ tán.
See, God bless Saido Shupa for giving us this song. Anytime this conversation comes up, I already have something to give you guys to hold on to. Whether you like it or not, sit down there and keep your hands folded. The people, Amsterdam just came to the Premier League less than 1 season, is going to win the Premier League title. God bless Saido Shupa once again.
Jòkó síbẹ̀ o, má ṣe ránu kọjọ́ lọ tán. Jòkó síbẹ̀ o, má ṣe ránu kọjọ́ lọ tán. Jòkó síbẹ̀ o, má ṣe ránu kọjọ́ lọ tán. Jòkó síbẹ̀ o, má ṣe ránu kọjọ́ lọ tán. Ọmọ inú ẹ ṣèrè bẹ́ẹ̀, ìwọ ò lè ṣe nádà. Ọmọ inú ẹ ti jẹ lọ, ìwọ ò lè jẹun yó.
Arteta, over 700 million pounds spent, and then the man that have not spent nothing, Joko Sibe. Ọmọ náà ti jẹ lọ, ìwọ ò lè ṣe nádà. Ọmọ náà ti jẹun yó. You cannot even feed yourself, and you are sending over your dead body. You will be alive, nothing will happen to you, and then someone else will come in that have done little or nothing to Arsenal, and they win the league.
It is either you go hard or you go home. And Arteta is going home.
should have gone home since.
No, where is he going to?
Home.
No.
Home, man.
He's the home of Arsenal. He's an Arsenal legend. Yes.
Which legend?
He's the legend.
Which legend?
He's the legend. He won the FA Cup for Arsenal.
Holy.
Yes, he was once the captain for Arsenal as well.
I'm not surprised though. You're a Liverpool fan.
No,
so when you have legend,
it's not about being a Liverpool fan.
When you have legend like Jamie Carragher, then you actually think Arteta. How in Neville's name is Arteta an Arsenal legend?
He's an Arsenal legend.
What did he win with Arsenal?
FA Cup.
So if you call Arteta an Arsenal legend, what do you put here in right? What do you put Kanu one?
Legend is a legend.
You say what?
A legend is a legend.
Don't say that.
Yes, a legend is a legend.
So the legendary status of Solomon Kalou and Didier Drogba, is it the same?
It's the same thing. Yes, it's the same thing. It's just that the word legend is just.
Ọmọ inú ẹ ṣèrè bẹ́ẹ̀, ìwọ ò lè ṣe nádà. Ọmọ inú ẹ ti jẹ lọ, ìwọ ò lè jẹun yó. Jòkó síbẹ̀ o, má ṣe ránu kọjọ́ lọ tán. Jòkó síbẹ̀ o, má ṣe ránu kọjọ́ lọ tán.
A big shout out to my friend Ololu Adeleye. He's listening right now, and he just tweeted at me and said, "Hey, what kind of music did you use to start the show?" Because I had to cook that music. And big shout out to ᴘᴜᴜ Dogo, by the way, for scheduling it for me, because I know today on the show is going to be a banter show. For Arteta to wake up today and say over his dead body, will Arsenal forget the league title with 11 points adrift, 31 points to play for, and you're still going to have, you see the runs of Arsenal, more difficult runs as against Liverpool, and like that Tommy is trying to play the devil's advocate. If you want to play the devil's advocate, you go to Ikorodu customary court, or you go where you want to play your advocacy. On this show, we talk about fact and the reality of it. The phone line have been buzzing, and I know the people are excited about the music, but I'm going to take you through the result of games decided yesterday already, the ones to expect today. Then we'll come back and pick your call. We still got stories for you on boxing and also on Formula 1. Just stay with us. Let me run you through result of games that were decided yesterday. Sevilla played a 1-0 draw with Real Mallorca in the Spanish La Liga. AS Roma are on 10 games unbeaten run, and they defeated Monza yesterday by 4-0. Oh, big shout out to Leeds United. They went away to Sheffield United yesterday, and they defeated Sheffield United by 3-1 away from home, putting them 5 points ahead in the race to return to the Premier League in the Championship. And of course, the biggest game in the Superliga in Turkey yesterday ended in a goalless draw with so much controversy. Jose Mourinho, because as it stands now, Galatasaray has threatened to raise a criminal suit against Jose Mourinho because of his comment on saying that the bench of Galatasaray and the players there were jumping around like monkeys, and of course that had been translated to racism. So always trust Mourinho, always in the news for the right or the wrong reasons. Those are the result of games that were decided yesterday. Today in the Premier League by 8:30, there's Brighton versus Bournemouth. There's also Crystal Palace versus Aston Villa by 8:30, and of course there's Wolves versus Fulham also by 8:30, and late kickoff at Stamford Bridge is Chelsea at 9:15 versus Southampton. That's going to be a key game for Chelsea to see how they can salvage their season and see how high they can finish on the table in the Premier League. For the Spanish Copa del Rey semi-final, there's Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid, and for the Copa Italia quarterfinals, there's also Inter Milan versus Lazio. For the DFB Cup, the quarterfinals in Germany, there's Arminia Bielefeld versus Werder Bremen, and in the Championship also there's Cardiff City versus All City by 8:45, and of course Stoke City would also play Middlesbrough. Both of those games will be up by 8:45. So I know that the Premier League fixtures that will pull a lot of attention will certainly be the game between Chelsea and Southampton.
The both of them might lose that game.
How can both of them lose?
The both of them are losers. So we'll get to it.
That hurts. So, but let's pick some calls. Hello, good evening. You're welcome.
My name is Adyala.
Good to have you join us on the show today, Adewale.
Baba mi.
When I see the kind of leader you get for Liverpool, the kind of stuff we talk this is 11 points. So Liverpool will look for this. Is it possible that Liverpool will win the African win league? Is it possible? He's got over 100. He's gone. I don't even, you see, fight, the way they talk, sir. My son waiting in Canada, they talk now, now they're them. They don't call anything. They only the same go. I bet. I thought we knew what they talk.
He knows what he's doing. He's just trying to play the devil's advocate. 0913-600-0410. Okay, let's just switch on to our virtual texter conversation today. Between the AFCON, the Euros, and the Copa America, rate them your top three. Well, you can let your sentiment fly, but of course, you know that I would appreciate when your facts also come up in terms of viewership. Well, big shout out to CAF. You know, sometimes they've always messed up and we've always given them the sticks, but since the last 24 hours, the way CAF had marketed the AFCON with the numbers and the stats and the video compilations, boy, 4.3 billion views for AFCON. Even on TikTok alone, the promos for the AFCON and after, they've generated over 1.3 billion views.
It doesn't get as big as that.
Boy, oh boy. Well, let me allow the people have their thought on that one. 0913-600-0410. And also, Mikel Arteta said over his dead body, do you need him alive? Otherwise, well, we all need him alive. Let's talk to Michael. Good evening. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Good evening.
You're welcome, Michael.
Okay. I greet you, and I greet Agbatomi.
Thank you.
I greet you too, bro.
Agbatomi, I'm 100% sure if you are Arsenal fan.
Nah.
He's a Liverpool fan.
I know. I'm just saying, if you are a Arsenal fan, if you are coming out to the studio this evening, those guys will beat you.
As a sport journalist, I'm neutral.
You are risking their hope. It can never and ever happen. Arsenal can never win the Premiership. With how many points? If someone lose just 1 in the season, and you will say it's such person after 11 matches go to lose how many matches again? 2 or 3? I don't understand. Okay. If you are in Arteta, you will do more than this one. I'm telling you. He's just raising hope so that they don't sack him, because you know they are going to sack him. So he's just doing that. It's not possible. He can't win anything. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, like I said, I'm a realist, and maybe I'm just the Maresca kind of man that says that his team is not ready to compete for the Premier League title. I think it's a loser mentality already.
Okay, is that being a realist or being a pessimistic? Or
That's
being pessimistic rather, or being pessimist rather?
If
yes,
you
that's
say
the
that
word.
at the start of the season, it's different from when Arteta is saying it.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you're not saying the same
no,
thing.
You should not be saying it at this point in time.
You're not saying the same thing, my friend.
As a manager, you should be optimistic.
As at the time Maresca said that for Chelsea, Chelsea were 4 points adrift of Liverpool.
Yes.
In second.
Yes.
That was in November.
Yes.
I'm not saying Arteta that is 11 points adrift of Liverpool with 11 games to play.
Okay.
33 points off for grabs.
Thank God you said 11 games
against Liverpool.
Games
against Chelsea.
Lot can still happen in that 11 games.
Bro, be real, my friend.
A lot can still happen.
Hello, Samuel.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you, sir?
We're fine, and you?
Oh, very fine, very fine.
You're welcome.
Let me tell your brother, say, I'm talking from this Samuel from Mofi.
Samuel, you're very far from your phone.
I'm not far. Can you hear me?
Yes. It's louder now. It's louder now.
Okay. I said, let me tell your brother,
He's hearing you. Otilofa is gone.
Because they have the opportunity of judging the gap last week over the weekend. If you have such opportunity and you throw it away, which opportunity will you get again? You are expecting your opponent to lose. When you are winning your own, I don't know. I don't know. Year in, year out, they're like that. That's why it's a next season team. Every year, next year, I'm working towards next.
Tomorrow never comes. Each time this Arsenal conversation comes up, it just reminds me of Patrice Evra's interview. He said Arsenal are like a Netflix series.
Movie.
There's always
a
reason to have a part 2. Well, tomorrow never comes, so they say let's look at other stories. Yes, exclusive for this one. There is EcoBank Junior fight on the card. C쏘ᴛᴏ Jr. versus Conor Brennan winner to fight Carlo. Wow. That's crazy. Okay. Turkish Alaskish had also confirmed that C쏘ᴛᴏ Sr. and Nigel Benn Sr. are both said to be in attendance at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium when their sons face each other on the 26th of April 2025. A shot at pound-for-pound great Canelo Alvarez is on the line when C쏘ᴛᴏ Jr. and Conor Benn fight at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium later this spring, according to Turkey Alaskish. Eastbank Jr. and Ben, the sons of historic rival C쏘ᴛᴏ and Nigel Benn, begin their press tour this week after striking an agreement to settle their long-time running feud in the ring on the 26th of April 2025. The pair had originally been due to face off on the 22nd of on October 2022 before that fight was cancelled when Ben failed 2 drug tests. It now beckons as another defining night in the career of both as they continue to hunt for their world title opportunities. Whoever is the winner, we are working in the future to have him fight against Canelo, according to the chairman of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority. Eubank Jr. has openly called out Alvarez in the past, and notably criticizing Jermell Charlo's performance in the unanimous decision loss to the 34-year-old in October 2023, while insisting that the Mexican needs to face an opponent that wants to win, beat Ben, and the chance to prove that what you can be is up for you. If Eubanks win, you would have the chance to do Canelo at the beginning of 2026. We have 2 big conferences, one in Manchester on Tuesday and one in London on Thursday, and both will be huge. Alvarez is the reigning WBA, WBC and WBO super middleweight champion after beating Edgar Berlanga via unanimous decision last September to leave with glittering professional record to 62 fights, 2 draws and 2 losses. That's some crazy record, right? The Mexican icon was also recently subject to report pointing towards a mega fight later this year against Terence Crawford, the first man to beat an undisputed champion in 2 weight classes in the 4-belt era. Ben was absent from the ring for 525 days before making his return in September 2023 with victory over Rodolfo Orozco in Florida before beating Peter Dobson in Las Vegas last February. Eubank Jr. was meanwhile fought 3 times since the cancellation of his first fight, suffering a shock defeat to Liam Smith in January 2023 before avenging the loss with a commanding 10th round stoppage win in the rematch later that year, and then most recently knocked out Camille as the remainder in the 7th round in October 2024. The two have been embroiled in an unrelenting war of words, both face to face on social media, teeing up fascinating domestic showdown that could yet be seen more than once. Yes, we have in our contract rematch option according to the promoter, and yes, why not, but we are now focusing on the first fight. Let's see what happens, and I think it will be something amazing, something that had never happened before. This is going to be crazy. By the way, wow, Canelo is crazy, and I'm sure nobody wants to square it up. 62 wins, 2 draws and 2 losses in 64 fights.
Crazy amount.
That's some crazy amount of stats to look out for, by the way. Galatasaray had accused Fenerbahce head coach Jose Mourinho of being racist in his statement, and they've threatened legal action. Galatasaray drew goalless in the Super League tribal rival Fenerbahce. Turkish Football Federation has appointed a mediator to look into the complaints. Galatasaray said they intend to bring criminal proceedings over racist statement made by Fenerbahce head coach Jose Mourinho towards the Turkish people. The Super League rival drew goalless on Monday night after tension and reading over the referee's appointment before the game, with Slovenia official Slavovicnik drafted in by the Turkish Football Federation. Agbatomi, 30,000 policemen were on standby in the stadium, outside of the stadium, and other adjoining arenas around the stadium for that yesterday's game. 30,000 policemen. I think this is what they call proper rivalry. Not that Man U, Liverpool, or Arsenal, Tottenham that they have nothing to show for it. Mourinho had welcomed the decision to use the referee who officiated last season's Champions League final following several recent controversies in Turkish football. They could not even use a Turkish referee to officiate that game. They had to go to Slovenia to bring in the referee that referred the final of the last Champions League that Real Madrid won.
I think the Rams Arena right there in Turkey, which is the home of Galatasaray, is known to be, I mean, a fortress exactly. I mean, the fans are usually noisy, and I mean, as an away fan, it can get really bad.
I heard that the part of the stadium where the ultras are, they have an electrocution line on top of it where you can't come close. You get electrocuted
if you climb.
That's crazy. I want to go to Turkey one day to observe a live football game, and I would love it.
I think that's one of the best rivalries, or should I say, El Clásicos that we can find in
that's
football.
Rivalry.
That's rivalry. Exactly.
It's not even an El Clásico means a classic match.
It's a classic.
Probably because we've gotten used to El Clásico being used between Real Madrid and El Clásico could go for a game like we saw last weekend between Newcastle and Nottingham Forest that ended 4-3. Exactly. A classic game between 2 stars. It could happen. But we're talking about a proper football rivalry. That was what we saw yesterday. And the stadium was in fire.
Victor Osimhen was shackled in that game. He couldn't convert. He couldn't breathe. Come on.
He couldn't breathe.
At some point, I saw the highlights of the game. At some point, there were two guys, 2 markers on him at every point in time.
Bro,
it's so unfortunate, to be honest.
After the game, Jose Mourinho made comment about the behavior of the Galatasaray bench, saying they were jumping like monkeys following an early challenge. Fenerbahce have since released an official statement on that matter, but speaking later this evening, the Vice President Aᴅᴇᴛ accused Galatasaray of manipulating the situation and insisted that Mourinho had no intention of being racist. Mourinho also praised the performance of Vichnic and said that it would have been a disaster if the match had been referred by a Turkish official, and I agree with that absolutely. A statement from Galatasaray read, since the commencement of his managerial duties in Turkey, Jose Mourinho has persistently issued derogatory statement towards the Turkish people. Today, his disclosure has escalated beyond mere immortal comment into unequivocally inhumane rhetorics. We hereby formally declare our intentions to initiate criminal proceedings concerning the racist statement made by Jose Mourinho and shall accordingly submit official complaint to UEFA and FIFA. Furthermore, we shall diligently observe the stand adopted by Fenerbahce, an institution professing to uphold the extremely moral value of the Turkish people in response to the reprehensible conduct exhibited by their manager. Ose said in his statement, he said, I went to the referee's dressing room after the game. The fourth official there was a Turkish referee. I told him, if you are the referee, this would have been a disaster. If they, Galatasaray, are really, really good, they would want to be an example of we are good, we are strong, we are champions, we want to show how good we are. They should ask for foreign referees in every match. But when the referees are foreign, UEFA Cup will go home against us at Jose Mourinho is a drama king.
All this in the news.
What exactly happened yesterday night, Agbatomi? Let's talk to this caller that you respond to that question. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Okoyemi.
You're welcome.
Agbatomi, the man without the tummy. This is Gibb.
You're
welcome.
Yeah, so quickly. Wale, allow Mikel Arteta to dream now. He's allowed to dream. For me, it's really very possible, like Agbatomi said. It's 11 points, and they have the game in hand. If they win that game, it becomes 8 points, right? If the mathematics is not bad. So, yeah, he's allowed to dream. Then for the rankings of AFCON, the Euros, and I would think the Euros are ahead of the Copa America. Then the Nations Cup comes second. Then the Copa America. And you know I will put the Nations Cup as second. The Nations Cup, there are a lot of teams that produce stars in Africa. Unlike in America, it is segregated to a particular amount of teams. Let's say at best the Brazilians, the Argentinians, and the Chileans. You don't really see much from the Ecuadors, the Bolivia, blah 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 blah. So you get my point. But in Africa, you can find players from Tanzania. Look at this guy in Atletico Madrid, Ronaldo. He's from
I think he's from Mozambique.
Yeah, so you can find stars from almost everywhere in Africa. So then I will put Africa ahead of Copa America. Then for the Euros, if you look at the teams that produce the world champions, France, Germany, the Italians, so the Europe produce world champions. So I will put the Europeans as ahead. Thank you. Have a good day, my brother.
Thank you very much. That's some interesting matchup there, by the way. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Pep.
You're welcome.
No mind there for you. You see, we don't sell ourselves. Okay, let's check about CAF award. You don't have in the whole Africa. You don't have journalists that can handle program. We now go to Europe. Bring Europe journalists. Come handle program for you. Why they not going to insult us? You know, see them. Waiting with you talk. If you know be racism. But as you talk to people of Turkey did it, and then they get like black people, say them stand us. But Africa, if they cause us who want stand us, CAF say no go who talk. So we don't tell ourselves all these CAF presidents, may they stand up, report them to FIFA, may they give them. If they don't give some people ban about Africa, they go stop to the talk. Thank you.
Thank you very much. 0913-600-0410. I can still pick one or two more calls before we call it a day on the show. And of course, don't forget that Arteta's press briefing this afternoon had confirmed that 𝐴ᴌ is not injured, that he only had cramp in the game in the substitution against West Ham. And for the first time this season, there's a possibility that Ben White could be starting for them on the right side.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
You're welcome.
Baba Ayelu.
This is calling from Origo.
You're welcome, Uche.
Okay, you know that AFCON is bigger than Copa America, what do they call it? For you, and I want to talk about today's match for Chelsea. I want them to do so that they will drop to 10th position today. Then now,
Thank you very much. Let's quickly run through the predictions. What exactly are we expecting from Chelsea against Southampton tonight?
Both teams to lose. That's
How can both teams lose?
It's possible.
Maybe a drop point.
Drop point, actually.
Be a loss for Chelsea, and a gain for Southampton.
Wow. I mean, both teams are condemned to losing games and being inconsistent this season. But obviously, this is a game that Chelsea
inconsistent means. You've won, you've lost. Inconsistency should not feature in Southampton's story this season.
Maybe. But for Chelsea as well, I think
they've been consistently inconsistent.
For Chelsea, I think inconsistency should also feature because they've only won on Monday English Premier League. They've not won on Saturday, on Sunday.
Tell me, what do you have for us?
Anyways, before we go, I just want to send a quick special birthday shout out rather to my younger brother in person of Samuel Banjo. Happy birthday to you, bro. Long life and prosperity, and I wish you all the best in life.
Okay, and of course, let's squeeze in this one more call. Hello, James.
Hey,
you're welcome, my man.
I must get to fit with
I don't wait for your call since.
In fact, I have clear pessimism about Arsenal making any headway in this domestic changes. But the fact remains that I will share about this optimism because I believe in anything can still happen. Yes, because Saka is coming back. The moment he comes back, it's a very indispensable.
It's going to be a different game entirely.
He's going to impact. In fact, he's going to impact heavily for Arsenal's
James,
performance.
You know what my issue is? My issue is not Arsenal not winning. I can say that Arsenal can go the entire season and not lose a game. But Liverpool will have to lose. Liverpool will have to lose for Arsenal to benefit. And I don't see Liverpool losing 4 of the next 11 games. I don't see it happening.
Are you a sorcerer?
There is no impossibility when
yes,
it comes to game of football.
That's the thing. Yes, anything can happen.
It can see.
No, it's okay. Let me read this text. This one says, take note. This one got clamped out. Okay, I think I can still get the message. Take note. Liverpool have played 27 games with Arsenal 26. The difference is 8 to 11 points and is less than 1 game. Okay, I've heard you. No trouble. I've heard you. I give it to you. I agree. I give you.
ᴏᴜᴜ.
Hello, good evening. 25 seconds. Let's call it a day with you.
Good evening, sport guys.
You're welcome.
This is God's Power from Ojo. I just want to say something. Please, can you give me an update on Victor Osimhen coming to Man U?
Okay, Victor. Sorry.
Till the summer.
Excuse me, sir. After the game yesterday, a friend on the sideline asked Victor Osimhen that what are his plans at the end of the season, and he said that nobody even thought he was going to be here at the start of the season. So let everybody just enjoy the moment. He loved the city, loves the club, he loved the board, he loved his teammates, he's enjoying his time. Now let everybody just keep their fingers crossed. But I don't see how you would leave that arena with that hype and come to a stadium that is infested by rat and is also leaky when it rains. That's about the size of the package today. Thank you so much, Agbatomi,
Always a pleasure.
Through as usual.
Always a pleasure.
Well, don't forget that something big is coming up tonight by 8 p.m. But before then, the sport view by 7:15. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Oᴑᴜ Aᴅᴜᴜ, the comedy host with the most. And if you're kind enough, call me the Sultan of MCs. Agbatomi, thank you for coming through as usual. For Chelsea tonight, I hope they lose against Southampton.
ọmọ inú ẹ ṣeré bẹ́ẹ̀ ìwọ ò lè ṣe nada ọmọ inú ẹ ti jẹ lọ ìwọ ò lè jẹun yó jókòó síbẹ̀ o má ṣe ránu kọjọ́ lọ tán jókòó síbẹ̀ o má ṣe ránu kọjọ́ lọ tán jókòó síbẹ̀ o má ṣe ránu kọjọ́ lọ tán jókòó síbẹ̀ o má ṣe ránu kọjọ́ lọ tán Siroko máa gbẹ dáadáa mi, wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kò lè dolówó. Ẹni ṣiṣẹ́ jàre ìṣá kò sẹ́ni tí ò lè lówó. Torí ní tèrè èjì tèrè àgàgà ń délé